Hello YouTube, it's Input 1080, and today I'm gladly back representing to you guys another Roblox tutorial. So let's get to it. In this video, I will be showing you guys simply how to understand and how to use a weapon shop guide that you purchase your weapons from the leaderboard script. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do, as you can see, is log on to your Roblox profile. Once you have done that, you want to simply click the Develop tab on the top of your page. Once you have done that, you want to go ahead and click Edit into one of your places. I already have one of my places open, so you don't have to wait for me to have my place load in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now that we are here, as you can see, I already have all the stuff set up into their places. If you already have not done that, you can pause this video and go ahead and do that, or do it after this video, whatever you prefer and what you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and just get straight into the functions, so let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see here, we got the leaderboard script, and I made this easy on you guys. This shows direct what these lines mean and stuff like that. But this video, I'm gonna show to you guys fully everything. So let's do it. So this is the name of the cache from leaderboard. This stands for whatever you want to put for, as when you click play on the leaderboard, it will show that this is showing cache and stuff like that. So let's say if you put gold, then when you click play, it's going to show gold on the leaderboard. But I'm not going to be changing this yet because this will cause to break the script if you do not if you do not change it within, when you open the shop guide in the shop frame, within the values of these text buttons. So I will show you that in just a minute between this video. So this next line is called amount of cash as starting player. What this means is you can change this to whatever you want. So I'm going to put, for an example, 50. So like I said, what this means is when you click play, I'm going to go ahead and simply click play here. So let me go ahead and do that. If my computer will respond. I'm sorry guys about that inconvenience. So whenever you click play, and as you can see, I have $50 as my starter cash. So I'm going to go ahead and go back out of there, and I'm going to go back into the local script of the leaderboard. I mean the script for the leaderboard. So this represents when you join the play/game of his/hers place, this will show as your starter cash. You don't have to add any cash if you don't want to. When you first join the game, you have to earn it. So this is what I did here. I added a line. This was usually just like this with not this, which I am highlighting. I edited this into the script for you guys. So with this line thing here, this is a wait time, and this is a cash put dot value equals cash dot value. Now I added so you can get plus however many cash you want to do, or points or gold, or wherever you put the name of the leaderboard into the cash dot value. And this is showing that in the value you're putting cash into the leaderboard. So this is that. So you want to put this to 0, and then after every 5 seconds, you will get 20 cash. Or you could put 0, so this is not even here, and you can put however many cash you want for just to test the guide. So you put this, and then you can just buy all the items to test it, or something like that. So I'm going to put this back to 0, and I'm going to put this back to 50, or I should say 20. Okay, now that we understand this leaderboard script, I'm going to go ahead and going to go straight to the shop guide. So let me go ahead and do that while my computer is responding. Alright, I'm going to have to wait for this to respond. My computer is reacting up today, so I apologize for that. So as you can see here, I named my frames main border because these are just the main frames for customizing the shop. This has nothing to do with the actual functions. Now, before we get into the text buttons and the items and all that functions and stuff, this shop is actually very, very simple compared to all of the other shops, and this is why I say so. This is your item 1, and why I named this item 1 is because this keeps my shop organized. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want. You can just leave it as, for an example, text box if you want, because that's what this is. By the properties, it even says text box. So that is optional. But anyways, so when you go to shop, and why this is such of an easy shop to functionally properly use instead of any of the other shops, because for an example, if you go down here, you could say item colon clone, and in this you could do parentheses into, or just that, and that is representing to you that you have to clone those down each line because you're adding more of these items to the guide. But this one, you do not. This one, this shop simply in this, there's values, so you just change these instead of having to change it into the script, worrying about the script messing up or something about that. So this is very much nice, cleaner, I would say, and much better for you guys and your own benefits. So here in the shop, this script and the item 1 is all in the same of all the other item text buttons for the guide, for the weapons UI guide, or you could say just guide instead of UI. But anyways, yeah. So this script is just only representing to you guys that when clicked on the item, and if have enough money, that it will go into your starter pack, and which is backpack for the script. And in here it's just showing that once you do that, it will subtract your cash, your money, or whatever you name it to that. So this you do not ever touch, and you do not need to unless you know what you are doing with it. I do not think you have to, because I already added some specialty to this leaderboard script, and so as it says, we have the as in the instructions from when you read it. You can see you have the tools here in replicated storage. Now, in replicated storage, okay, I'll get to that in 1 second. Okay, so let's go to this. This is called the value. This is the value, and it's called cost, and see, it says number value. So, this is called the cost. Here is where you can put however much cash, amount of cash you wanted to. So let's say if you put 50, then that shows once you click on this button, it's going to subtract 50 cash from the leaderboard script and from the leaderboard itself. So I'm going to put this back to 20 because over here I put it where it says 20, and I'm going to put that back to 20, but that's what I set it to. So that is just simply that, instead of having to change this into a script. It's just into a value, which is a lot easier on you guys. And then this is the currency. This is what I was talking about in the very beginning of the video when you're changing the name of this in the leaderboard for right here. Here, when we go back down where it says the value and currency, if my computer can respond again, okay, what happened to my Explorer? Okay, so as you can see here, and to only access to these values, you have to, of course, have your properties open. So in here, when we go down to currency, this is your currency, so this is the name of the name you put for in the leaderboard script. Like when you join the place, it will show like cash, it will show cash on the leaderboard, or whatever you want to choose. So when you do, when you go to the leaderboard script, when you change this, if you want, so let's say for an example, gold, you have to have in your currency this named as gold also, because like I said, this is showing to the leaderboard script. If you leave this as gold in the leaderboard script as money or cash, that's not going to work, because this value is identifying to nothing. It's just going to error instead of going to the leaderboard script. So that is simply that, and I will show you, since I changed that to gold, that it will show gold on your leaderboard right here, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Now, when we go to item name, now this is also a very, very important value like currency. Here it says value, and this is linked sword, because, and this is item name, because if you go up here to replicated storage, as you can see, linked sword and linked sword. This is why I say so, because when you click on this text box, item name, this is gonna clone the linked sword if you have enough cash, because this is the item name of the currency for the text button. So in here, as you can see, replicated storage, the linked sword will be duplicated into your backpack, because this is simply named with the item from replicated storage. Now, why these are in replicated storage is because if you go here, as you can see, all of these tools are meant to be in replicated storage, because I scripted it so that all the items will be in replicated storage. Now, if this item can be purchased in this replicated storage, these items will be cloned to the backpack. So this will be the name of the function. So like again, this will be the item of the name for this only personal text box that is being repeated to the replicated storage. Now that is simply it for each one of these items. Now here we have a game pass, this text box, here's the script and everything. I did a Roblox tutorial on how to simply use this game pass shop UI or this game pass text button. I uploaded this in my previous upload. I will leave it in the description of this video if you would like to go check that out before you do this. And that is very important that you do, because if you don't know what this means, then you can break the script. So that is simply that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how this is going to affect if you do mess this up. So here, as we can see, go back to item name. I'm going to put this as linked sword, and I'm going to go to replicated storage where the linked sword is, and I'm going to put a GG beside it. And I'm going to put this for that, so I can put this for as testing, so I'm going to put 500 plus. So as you can see here, when I click play, after 5 seconds, I put a wait time, so then it will give me $500, as you can see, after 5 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and click on linked sword. As you can see, it does not work, because in the replicated storage, the tool is not as the same thing as the currency. So I'm going to change this back and to linked sword, and then when I click play, I can be able to now purchase the linked sword. And for the cash that you put it to, as I put it to 20, it will subtract from that 500.